Sneak Program. Shortcuts to the fourth dimension are the ways to time travel. The fourth dimensions are length, width, height, and time. Time is the fourth dimension because you can travel through time near the three dimensions. First, what is time exactly? Time means how long it takes you to go from one place on to another. Traveling through time means that you are taking a short or long journey to get from one place to another. But how do you do that? Well, there are four methods: black holes, cosmic streams, wormholes, and speeding pictures. All of the four are dangerous and risky, but in the future there will be no challenge at all. What's the one thing that would scare the wits out of you? Black holes. They're the Godzilla of space, gobbling up anything in their way. Black holes are formed by explosions called supernovas. In this image, you can see that the black hole has jets that are from when it gobbles up a star, producing a huge amount of radiation coming out of its center. And right there, the black stuff is black because nothing can escape it. And also, this is the singularity. The only problem is, if you go towards it, then you can't escape its enormous gravity. That sounds like the worst idea ever because normally you can't get out of a regular black hole, but it can be done with the unique black hole, the Kerr black hole. William Harris, astronomer reporter, said that the Kerr black hole is a significantly weak black hole in which light can escape. But how is this time travel? You know that gravity makes things fall down, but that's not the only thing it does. It bends time as well. It stretches it out, makes it longer, and slows it down. So if time is bended with gravity, and a black hole is really strong gravity, then your time will be stretched out and slowed down greatly when in orbit. It will be slowed down twice as much as Earth, and will travel to the future faster. But there are still some problems with this. The ship will have to be made out of really strong metal in order to withstand a black hole. If it was made of iron, then in just a few minutes it would be ripped to shreds. But if we find the metal, then the problems will be fixed, right? Not exactly. If you think you found the right black hole and it was not the Kerr black hole, then you have some big problems on your hands. You need to make sure that you found the right black hole. The thing about the Kerr black hole is it's light. It's because light can escape from it. If light can escape from it, then it's not as strong. If someone did it wrong, then the first thing that would happen is that they would begin a process called spaghettification. What this means is that the ship would be stretched twice its original size. The hull of the ship would creak and crack, leaving air to be sucked out. The ship would begin to stretch 4 times its size and eventually snap into smithereens and be sucked into the bottomless pit. William Harris Black Hole Observer said that when the tidal forces stretch your body too far, they'll snap apart at the weakest point, probably just above the hips. If that would happen, then it would be a pretty bad day because you'd go on a trip to the future and then you die. But if you had the right things, then it's completely possible in the future. But do we have to use gravity to time travel? What are wormholes? Wormholes are made of dark matter, a fundamental type of part of our universe. Dark matter is the thing that makes galaxies stick together. These mystic tunnels go through the fourth dimension, also known as time. So what these objects do is they make a farther place closer to you. So let's say that my hand wants to get from one side of the paper to the other. The paper represents space-time, the other space in a blanket of the universe. See how it's like a grid? That's how you measure where you are or when. But to get from one side of the paper to the other will take many years to get there. So what the wormhole does is it folds the paper so my hand can get across much faster. It's kind of like a wrinkle in time. How to get to the future is briefly explained in this image. In the image, it shows that the future is actually getting bent closer to the present. Then what happens is that when the person goes through, he or she is going to the future. So instead of having another side of the wormhole, she's making the future closer. So what happens is instead of going to another place, it goes through the fourth dimension. Since there are no other available dimensions. When I fold the paper around in a cone, it represents what the wormhole is doing. Since time goes forward, I'm bringing the present closer by moving it to the future. So later you will see the horizon and future dwelling on your window. But there are 2 simple problems. So let's say that your wormhole is ready. You go into it and suddenly it closes and you are lost forever in nothingness. The thing about wormholes is that they are extremely unstable and can close in a blink of an eye. The reason for this is because all the space is pushing against that little hole. So if all this force eventually collapses and the spaceship is forever lost in the emptiness of space. The other problem is that you don't know where you're going or when. So if you go into a wormhole and on the other side you don't know where you are, that's a problem. You would have to have a map of a place that's unexpected or unreal. And sometimes it might take you to a parallel universe, meaning a universe almost exactly like ours, with different people and different places. But the chance of that happening is 1 out of 1 million, because the blanket of space would have to connect to another universe. But what if you could travel through time using another type of tunnel? Cosmic strings are wild and crazy strings that are floating through space and time. But these are not like any other way. They go through the 4th dimension. The thing about these objects are that they could transport a human through the 4th dimension. Can you flip 2 images? In the image, it shows that they are everywhere in the universe, so it's easy to find. But they are also invisible. I know that some of you are thinking that if you can't see them, then you can't find it. Well, they give off gamma radiation, which we can detect. So let's pretend we have a ship that could travel into one of these. So the first thing that would happen is that you would reach high speeds. Then you would notice yourself slowing down because the greatest speed that is reachable is 99% the speed of light. When you return, you would see a much different world than you saw before. Space.com reporter said that you would see yourself not aging like the people on Earth did. You slow down because time does not want you to go faster than the speed limit. It slows you down, taking you to the future faster. Seems easy, right? There's just one problem. Let's say that you want to get to the future. You go into your rocket ship and find a cosmic string. When you go in it, you notice another cosmic string coming towards your ship. Then they collide and explode your ship with the energy created by it. That would be a pretty sad day for you. You paid thousands of dollars for death. But look at their fall. When strings collide, they make an immense amount of energy that can kill you in 1 second. If you see them, then you really want to get your butt out of there. The good thing is that's a pretty slim chance of them colliding together. But what if we could travel through time without using the universe's given shortcuts? Speeding rocket ships are basically ships that we would have to make that would have to travel 99% the speed of light. But how does it travel through time? Well, it's the same thing that cosmic strings do. They have to travel fast enough to slow time down for the passengers. A rocket ship to do this is an antimatter rocket. You see in the image. You see in the image that the fuel is antimatter, and that the propulsion is very little, like 100 pounds. The reason is that antimatter is very reactive and will propel the ship forward really fast. Then, when they return, they would find a completely different Earth from what they saw 100 years ago. They will have aged 10 years, while the people on Earth will have aged 100 years. The science behind this is Albert Einstein's theory of relativity. The faster you're going, relative to a certain amount of gravity, the slower time goes for you. In that rocket ship, time is normal and going the same as Earth. But when you go faster and faster, time goes slower and slower. Because if you were just freestanding, then that would take up more time. But spaceships take up less time than still objects. But there is still one time problem with this. So let's say you go to 99% speed of light. You see yourself slow down and age a little. So cheers for you, you made it to the future faster. But your fuel does not stop propelling you forward. It's not slowed down and keeps propelling you. When it does, it creates radiation that might kill you if there's too much. But how? When any fuel is consumed, it changes into a different form. For most fuels, it turns into gamma radiation. When you're using so much fuel to go so fast, the more radiation you create. When it's too much, it kills you. The reason is that most gases give out radiation. This is on me now, but later in the future, we won't be able to do this in the snap of a finger. We've achieved so much in